Hello guys, welcome back to Rep Sports. Again we are back with our football daily FIFA World Cup daily show, and you can see me proudly wearing this Germany T-shirt because so far Germany is also one of the few teams who have impressed at this World Cup because most of the European nations have struggled at this World Cup, but Germany and England they have showed already that they are capable of achieving something big at this World Cup. Obviously, we are going to talk about the game between England and Croatia, but additionally, the game between Portugal and dear Congo. Another upset at this World Cup. Team like Congo and Cabo Verde, the two of the African nations who have pulled two of the upset at this World Cup. Cabo Verde stopping Spain at their opener, and Congo stopping Portugal in the opening game. But Shomnath, your thoughts on the game between England and Croatia? England showing early trend that this World Cup, this England squad is very much different from the last few World Cup teams.
Absolutely, and I think we need to put some respect to England's name also because everyone is talking about the Portugal and Congo game. But yesterday, if you talk about not yesterday, today night, but I think the best match was between England and Croatia, and one of the few matches in this World Cup which were genuinely interesting. It was an end-to-end match all over, especially in the first half. Repeatedly England were scoring the advantageous goal, and Croatia were coming back to them. Obviously, salute to their fighting spirit, but obviously England and their quality they have in them. I think England obviously was one of the best side, and the special part about this Thomas Tuchel's England is that they are absolutely brilliant in counter attack. If we see, in the second half, especially in the second half, in the first uh, we can say in the third quarter of the match, between 45 minutes and 65 minutes, 70 minutes, England were outstanding in counter attacks. It is I mean, confusing question that how England just managed to score only two goals in the second half. Apart from that, they could have scored six goals, seven goals, even eight goals. The kind of counter-attacking football they were showing, and Croatia had no answers to it. Obviously, their goalkeeper Livakovic was absolutely stunning. Another Croatian legend. When we talk about Croatia, we obviously tell names like Luka Modric, we tell names like Ivan Perisic, but obviously, if we talk about their goalkeeper, I think he was spectacular, and single-handedly he tried to keep Croatia in the game, but that insurance goal from Marcus Rashford entirely changed the dimension of the game. And very surprisingly, England is looking like a favorite in this World Cup again, just by just by seeing the game, seeing the coordination between the players. I think England had a great start. Apart from that, very few teams actually, very few heavyweight teams like France, like Germany, they had a decent start, a smooth start. England will be one of them for sure because obviously their first game was against a fighting side like Croatia, a better side like Croatia, but still they were able to manage, to back those 3 points.
Absolutely. Today we have got a new panelist in Shamikda as well. Shamikda, I know there were a lot of talks surrounding Thomas Tuchel's squad selection. He left out players like Harry Maguire, then Trent Alexander-Arnold. But how different is this England team from Gareth Southgate England?
First of all, yesterday going by last night's game, they played fearless football to start with. Thomas Tuchel, especially after that halftime, the 10 minute spell after halftime, it could have been 7-2. It could have been 7-2. Croatia were chasing shadows. Croatia were absolutely chasing shadows. I Clearly, have I said, England plays with such panache in tournament football. That 10 minute spell and Harry Kane. See, I'm sticking my neck out and saying Harry Kane is a bigger great than Cristiano Ronaldo. Why I am drawing this analogy? Yeah, why I am drawing this analogy? Because the previous game Portugal played and
The workload.
Ronaldo is now washed. I'm not even talking about a 41-year-old. I'm talking about even prime Ronaldo. Ronaldo at his peak. England, when they were leading, Harry Kane scored two goals. That is fine. England, when they were leading 4-2, you remember that Josko Gabriel's shot, the way uh, uh, Harry Kane defended and blocked, you will never get that from Cristiano Ronaldo. He revels in his viewplays. It's all about him. It's all about yesterday also when Bruno Fernandes was 6 years, unmarked, 6 yards out, goal gaping. He took the shot instead of giving a layup. But I'm not going into that. But from a coach's perspective, Harry Kane, he can play as a number nine. He's world's best number nine. He can play as a number 10 as a playmaker. He defends. Given his
Absolutely.
work rate, any day of the week, as a coach, you would like to have Harry Kane, and I want Harry Kane to win the World Cup. Still, I have my doubts, especially the way Croatia scored their first goal. Musa was allowed a lot of space, and um, I I have this feeling that Thomas Tuchel's team selection, squad selection, will come back to hurt him because even after Livramento was ruled out, he brought in Trevor Chaloba, unbelievable, trained Louis Hall, Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire. I mean, once again, against tougher teams, I don't know what will happen. But yesterday, after a long, long time, I enjoyed England's football in the second half. In the
Correct.
second half.
Absolutely. Absolutely, the first half was a bit chaotic, and also Harry Kane, who finally converted that penalty after the retake, and obviously two absolutely stunning goals from Croatia. But in the second half, uh, we have witnessed a separate England team. Rohan the donning England jersey. I'm also donning German T-shirt because I think these are the two European nations who have so far impressed at this World Cup. Because most of the European nations have struggled a bit at this World Cup, maybe because of the extreme weather condition. Obviously, France was extraordinary. But Rohan, do you think England fans can finally, dream of, achieving something big at this World Cup? Because England boasts one of the, best football league in the world. But so far we have never seen, them doing justice to their league when it comes to the national team. They are the two-time, finalists in the Euro, last two Euro. But in World Cup also, they came close last time in 2018. But they never, could post that finishing line. But this time, do you see a separate England team under Tuchel?
Well, of course, I won't go that far that whether England will go on to win the tournament or not, but this team certainly looks different. The mentality of the players, the approach to the game, it looks a lot more different. You look at Harry Kane's the header. I'm leaving aside the penalty, the header, and I'll come back to the penalty and the retake, whether it could have been a retake or not, but that's a separate conversation. But Harry Kane's header and Bellingham's goal right after the start of the second half. That proved that the England have that individual brilliance as well, apart from the team game. And such goals, that Bellingham goal that came right at the start of the second half. Those are the moments that yesterday's match England played well, but there will be matches that England perhaps as a team might not play well, but those individual brilliance moments can take a team difference on such bad days, and England have that potential this time. And well, of course, they have come close to winning major silverwares. The Euros were a heartbreak, but this time they can go through. Whether or not they will replicate the World Cup winning campaign or not, we have to see. I hope they do, but this team certainly looks different, and they can go the distance at least till the semi-final. Rahul.
Yes, Shomita.
Yes, Sunita.
Rahul, if I may chip in as regards England, England,
Yeah, sure.
1966. What is 60 years apart now? 60 years apart.
Hmm.
And what happened? Sometimes the rub of the green didn't go their way. 1986, Maradona's hand-up God goal that was not spotted. Rub of the green. 1990, Germany obviously were the best team, but England were the only team that took them to the penalties. Then Chris Waddle hit the penalty in Turin. The ball landed at Luton.
Hmm.
After that, what happened? There was a very poor team culture. The entire golden generation, David Beckham, Paul Scholes, Lampard, Gerrard, Michael Owen, John Terry, Rio Ferdinand, you name it. I mean, world class players. Everyone is was world class players in their own right. But what happened to the team culture? They
Hmm.
fought Liverpool versus Manchester United. They didn't even
Hmm.
used to sit together for breakfast. They were separate camps, everything. After Gareth Southgate took charge, I mean, this team culture continued to hurt England until Gareth Southgate took charge. Gareth Southgate, what he did, I mean, made the players fall in love to play for England again, and he reset that team culture. Thomas Tuchel is reaping the benefits of that also. Uh, Gareth Southgate stumbled at the final hurdles.
Yep.
Last year World Cup, a tactical mistake. I still believe if he would have brought on Marcus Rashford at the halftime against France, the time Marcus Rashford was on the pitch, he played Upamecano out of the park. If he would have brought on at halftime, I still believe England could have gone and win the World Cup this time, let's say. But it is a major shift in team culture, and for a team to successful, the team culture is very, very important.
We have
That
seen
is
that
that
in
is it.
Argentina.
Yes.
Absolutely, and also that was a statement goal from Jude Bellingham as well, because even in the World Cup qualifiers, it was not Jude Bellingham, it was Morgan Rogers. Was starting in the playing 11 under Thomas Tuchel, and also there were doubts whether it will be Jude Bellingham or Morgan Rogers in the midfield, but finally it was Jude Bellingham. And so far at this World Cup, most of the Real Madrid players have impressed. Say it, Jude Bellingham, say it, Valverde or Kylian Mbappe. So I mean, they are really putting on impressive show so far at this World Cup. But let's talk about another game that is between Geo Congo and Portugal, and we can say another upset of this World Cup, because Congo coming to play in the World Cup after 57 years, and they just stopped Portugal in their World Cup opener. First, Shomnath, what went wrong, do you think, with Portugal? Then I will go to Rohanda and then Shomikda.
I think as Indians, not as Indians, but as football fans, I think Samuel Mutusoi was absolutely brilliant, and it's I think it's the limelight that one Indian origin player stopped a heavyweight team like Portugal and obviously denied a player like Cristiano Ronaldo. I mean, in the midfield, we are not habituated to see Indian origin players play at that level against these quality teams, especially in a midfield where there are a player like Vitinha, obviously João Neves, and you as a player of Democratic Republic of Congo and an Indian origin player, you are playing your best football, obviously. Not as precise like obviously Vitina and all, but the intensity the Congo team has brought to the pitch was absolutely incredible. And just a demerit of their side is that their counter attack is not that good. Obviously, if Congo were clinical in counter attacks, that could have caused Portugal a lot more problems. And obviously for Portugal, not promising at all. The squad they have in this tournament, it's likely absolutely not promising from a side like Portugal. Obviously, the kind of side backs they have, one of the best side back pairing in the world, Nuno Mendes, Joao Cancelo, they are were not paying up to their expectation. Obviously, in the midfield, Portugal was not that bad. The midfield was pretty solid. But again, as we are discussing in yesterday's live, in the pre-match live, Portugal's main problem was their number nine, their striker Cristiano Ronaldo. He was not getting the balls. Obviously, Cristiano Ronaldo scored one goal, but it was ruled offside clearly. It was a big offside goal. But apart from that, Portugal needs to regroup and think about those other matches, because if you drop points against a team like Congo, you have to think about your campaign. Obviously, it's not the end of the road. We all know that teams in the past have won World Cups by also by drawing the first match of the World Cup, like Spain in 2010, where they drew their first match and eventually won their World Cup. Argentina lost the first match when eventually they won the World Cup. But I think obviously Portugal is not looking that good, and problems are there in this Portugal team for sure, especially uh, in the tactics of their coach.
Rohan, the Dear Congo is also another inspirational story at this World Cup, because playing the World Cup after 57 years, and also due to the Ebola outbreak, which actually hampered their preparation. I mean, for months they were outside of their country. Even they played one, game, friendly games in Spain, then in France, and then they went to USA for the World Cup. Also, they scored their first goal at the World Cup. The way they have played actually against World Cup, against Portugal. I mean, do you think they can also make it to the next stage and also can be one of the dark horses this tournament?
And of course, with the rule of the best eight third place teams, DR Congo certainly have a chance because they are. If you look at the other two teams, Colombia and Uzbekistan, Colombia certainly are very difficult side, a physical side, but they can surely get something a positive result against Uzbekistan, right? And for Portugal, it's concerning because they will be facing Colombia as well, because and Colombia are a very
Exactly.
pretty physical team, and it won't be that easy for Portugal against Colombia. They had a chance against DR Congo, who really played well and pushed them to their limits. They uh, had not only apart from that goal as well, there were other chances as well. If you remember, towards the last, DR Congo actually had a shot on target that hit the post and went to the back of the went to the side netting, but that was ruled offside anyway. But DR Congo getting multiple chances against a team like Portugal speaks volumes of the defense and the midfield as well. We have been talking about Portugal's midfield since the last few months, but getting a team like DR Congo multiple times to reach the final third, it shows that the midfield also perhaps need to do well. But and of course it's really sad to say, but the that proves that Ronaldo perhaps is the weak link in that Portugal team. He did not move much. He did not create any chances. He did not went to that goal scoring opportunity. So, but played the entire duration of the game. So I think that uh, coach has to look into the matter, of course. But Portugal certainly missed a great opportunity against the Congo, and of course we have seen in multiple occasions that the teams that lost the first games or did not do well in the first games actually went on to go the distance. But for Portugal, Colombia won't be that easy of a game, and Uzbekistan we don't know. I haven't followed Uzbekistan much, but with the loss against Colombia, they will also try to push hard against teams like Congo and all. And this group will be interesting to see what the equation is. And Portugal, whether they qualify as the group leaders or the second place or the third place, we have to see. Because if you remember in the 2016 Euro Cup, which Portugal won, they actually qualified as the third place team in their group. So we have to wait and watch. And they went on to win the tournament.
Absolutely, and after last night draw, Roberto Martinez tactics has also been questioned. But Shamik, your thoughts on Cristiano Ronaldo's performance, because his form has been concerning since 2022 World Cup, and if you see stats, he has been goalless in the last 10 major games for his nation. World Cup, then Euros, and now this World Cup as well. And not only Cristiano Ronaldo, Bruno Fernandes a performance as well, because he has managed to create only one key chances throughout the whole game.
Rahul, to start with, Portugal have two big problems, two major problems. Problem number one is Roberto Martinez, who is a specialist in failure. He wasted Belgium's golden generation. Before that, he took Wigan to the championship, and now he is wasting this talented bunch of Portuguese players. After when they made that change, managerial change, Portugal FA, this should have straight away gone to Jose Mourinho. That should have been the best appointment, Jose Mourinho. They didn't do that. They picked a yes man who will not ruffle feathers. Mourinho would have ruffled feathers. Maybe Mourinho would have dropped Ronaldo. Maybe from commercial point of view, they need Ronaldo. Because as long as Ronaldo is part of the team, and at this moment in time, Ronaldo's involvement is down to pure commerce, nothing else. As a footballer, he's washed. That is why
Shomik,
he's
the
playing at
Ronaldo situation is like another number 7, like MS Dhoni in CSK.
But but Shamika, do you think there are any better striker option in this Portugal team than Ronaldo?
you have to
Gonzalo
give
Ramos, do you
Rafael.
think?
Yes, you have to give them Goncalo Ramos. You can even use Rafael Leao as a number 9. You can use Rafael Leao as a number 9. But There is no point playing with 10 men. You are playing with 10 men with Ronaldo on the pitch. He's totally washed as a player. That's why he's playing at Al Nasser, not in Europe, not in any European, not in any elite league. So that is why he's playing Al Nasser. And from Portugal's point of view, his involvement is pure commerce. Coming to Bruno Fernandes, it is once again down to Roberto Martinez. Bruno Fernandes was playing as a holding midfielder yesterday. He was playing as a holding. It was, I can draw Ruben Amorim's analogy, like the way he was using Bruno Fernandes as a deep lying midfielder. Roberto Martinez was using him like that, and that is not Bruno's position. Bruno is the best number 10 in the world. He is best number 10, and every time, and yet he should have scored if Ronaldo would have given him a layup. It is, he is using Joao Neves and Vitinha as the two main playmakers, Roberto Martinez. Bruno Fernandes was operating through the left flank. This is not Bruno's position. You play the world's best number 10 in his position. And in that case, once again, it is down to Roberto Martinez. You win nothing with Roberto Martinez. Portugal are not going to win the World Cup. That is for sure.
Roberto Martinez actually guided Wigan to the FA Cup.
Yeah, FA Cup, but that same season they went down.
They got relegated. They got relegated.
They got relegated. The same season. FA Cup is a cup tournament. There could be upsets and all that. You judge a team based on the league performance, and they went down the same season.
They went down.
Roberto Martinez wasted the golden generation of Belgian players.
Oh, that Belgium team. Oh.
My God,
That's quite concerning. I mean, with one of the best midfield this World Cup, the way Portugal have struggled against dear Congo, and one thing for sure,
and I don't think he has the courage to drop Ronaldo. I don't think he has the courage. Someone like Mourinho wouldn't have thought twice to drop him. Yeah, someone like Mourinho, for example, he wouldn't have thought twice. He gives a damn to reputation. But Roberto Martinez will be starstruck. He doesn't have that personality to drop Ronaldo.
Yeah, and before the game, Portugal actually.
एक टीम में एक ही गुंडा हो सकता है और इस टीम का मैं हूँ.
And that should always be the manager. In a football team, that Gunda should always be the manager. You look at Thomas Tuchel. Everybody feels that he has made a mistake in terms of his squad selection, but he has stuck to his guns. Right? These are the players who have served me well over the last 2-3 years, and I will stick to them. That is his philosophy. That way he has gone to the World Cup. और एक टीम में एक गुंडा होता है, that should always be the manager, not any player, whoever he is.
Absolutely. Last few minutes, but before the game, Portugal paid heartfelt tribute to Diogo Jota, who died in a car accident last year, and all the Portugal players were wearing a wristband, with their names alongside Diogo Jota's name. So that was a really heartwarming message from the Portugal team. But as we have few minutes left in this show, we are going to revisit the first round of this World Cup, because now the first round got just over. Now we move into the second or third round of this World Cup. But before that, we'll start with Shomnath. Shomnath, according to you, which one was the best game so far at this World Cup, and also one of the best goal that you see the first round of the World Cup?
Actually, after seeing so many matches, but I will just I will go through every continent. I will pick one country. Which country was the best in their continent? From Asia, I think Japan was good, but if you talk about the game style, I think Korea was fantastic. South Korea for me will be the best team from Asia in this first round. From Europe, I think I had to give it to Germany. Germany was pretty good even after conceding one goal against Curacao. But the way they showed the character, and this is proper German mentality. You will crush your opponents if you get a chance, and if the opponent is significantly weaker than you, and obviously Germany will get you and they will get you hard. In Europe, I will say it's Germany in the first round. From South America, no questions. It's Argentina all the way. Obviously, Brazil
Mhm.
showed promise against Morocco, but still, I think Argentina will be my favorite from South America. From North America, I think it's USA. USA delivered the most unexpected performance. I mean, they are a good team, but nobody had thought that they would defeat Paraguay by 4-1. So, pretty big result for the host nation as well. Any other continent? Yes, obviously Africa. For Africa, I think the best team will be tied between. I will go with an underdog. I will go with an underdog. Let's say Cape Verde. Cape Verde's story is absolutely brilliant. I think from Africa, Cape Verde has to be the best team in this first round. And Australia, obviously, they have defeated Turkey uh, uh, big time, and the way they have won the match is pretty much spectacular, keeping just 25 to 28% of the ball position throughout the entire match and winning the match eventually by 2 goals. It's a big upset in footballing terms as well. But I think yeah, these are my favorite teams. And the best goal, obviously, I think it will be Messi's first goal against Algeria.
Absolutely. I think I won't judge, Germany, with their performance against Curacao, because I think more tougher games are coming for Germany at this World Cup. So we'll judge after that. But Rohan, your best team so far, the first round of this World Cup.
Well, as you rightly mentioned, we won't judge Germany, but we really enjoyed watching Germany. This German side looks
Okay.
quite different, with so many young talents. France, a great team, can go all the way against for the third time to the final. Huge bunch of potential in this French side. Really enjoyed watching them. One team that we did not, one match actually, I would say we did not talk about much. It was pretty underrated match, the Norway versus Iraq game. Norway beating Iraq 4-1. I thought Norway would struggle in this heat that we all are complaining, but Norway,
Right.
being a Scandinavian country, going on to beat Iraq. Iraq have not been such a bad team in the Asian zone. Going on to win 4-1. Erling Haaland scored 2 goals. That was quite impressive. In terms of the best goals, of course, Messi's goals are good. Those are classic Messi goals. But one goal that I really liked is that the fourth goal that USA scored from outside 10. I don't remember his name. That was a pretty good goal. Pretty good goal. And yesterday as well, Croatia's first goal, that long range, that was also a pretty good goal. So I would say for Argentina, I will be a bit biased, but it was concerning that it was only Messi, and when Messi was substituted off, the team fell back and allowed Algeria much more free space to go up the attack. So that should be checked. But all the way, I would say Germany and France are the two most complete sides in this World Cup so far.
For me, if you say, one of the best goal or best individual performance, I would say Yashin Ayeri of Sweden. I mean, the praise he has scored. I think two outstanding goals for Sweden. I think one of the most
Mhm.
remarkable individual performance so far in the first round. But Shamik, which is your pick? I mean, on the basis of first round performance, if I ask you, which team do you think will go deeper in this tournament?
See, France. You have to put your money on France, because if you look, it's not only about the starting 11. If you look at the reserve bench, I mean bench. If you look at the bench, that would make another 11. That would make another 11 for any team,
Absolutely.
and that would qualify for the World Cup. So just by going by the sheer individual brilliance, just going by the sheer talent, you have to put your money on France, because no other team can boast such an assortment of world class players. But then again, it is about team game, and England and Germany have played as a team. South Korea, brilliant, played as a team, so organized. It looked like, sometimes it felt like I was watching Germany of yore. So South Korea, absolutely brilliant. And in terms of the best goal, if you ask me, Messi's, because I haven't watched all the games. Sweden's game I haven't watched. Messi's third goal, that sudden burst of speed, that is Messi's special. Kaka used to have that. Another player who used to have that is Kaka. Messi's first two goals were sort of gift. First goal, the goalkeeper should have had a strong hand. Second goal, the deflection, the goalkeeper should have collected it. But then again, that has happened. It was not Messi's fault it has happened. But that third goal, that sudden burst of speed, that Messi special. And it's about football is played in the brain. When I will pull the trigger, or will I take another extra touch, that separates very good and the great. Messi knew that is the time to hit. If you go back to the 2020 2002 World Cup, the Ronaldo's goal, Brazilian, the original Ronaldo's goal against Germany, beating
Original
Oliver
goal.
Kahn, the from outside the box, another one more touch, and Oliver Kahn would have had it covered. Ronaldo pulled the trigger. Yesterday also Messi. That is football is great players play the great players play the game with their brain, and that separates them with the level just one level below. That's it.
Absolutely. And my thoughts are, I mean, I would say France is one of the best teams so far from the first round because not only their squad depth, but also their players, they are so much flexible, in their position. I mean, if you see their front four, I mean, instead of front three, their front four, all the four attacking players are capable of playing in multiple position up front. So that's what gives, a lot of luxury to their head coach, Didier Deschamps. I think other teams who are dreaming to win this World Cup, I think will have to dig deep to overcome this French team for sure. So that's it for now. And a lot of games to watch out for in the upcoming round. But I think in the next 1 or 2 days, not many blockbuster matches. But who knows? They might produce some thrilling result as well. So that's it for now. Thanks a lot to Shomikda, Shomnath, and Rwanda for joining us, and also to all of our viewers. And again, I will be back tomorrow to discuss games tonight. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned to Rep Sports.